What up, guys? This is Chris Kael from Five Finger Death Punch, and you are watching Gym Rock Crew.
Chris Kael, welcome to Gym Rock Crew. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. It is Wednesday morning here in Las Vegas. I just got done with my morning walk and my frustrations with technology this morning, trying to edit videos and whatnot. And here we are. Let's go. I'm fired up.
And, you and me editing videos.
Whew, I passed it on to my friend Wombat early this morning.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, I tried to do a little bit of editing, and then I'm doing editing for the new podcast that Craig Gass and I have, Beardo and Weirdo. And I came up with this great video of I had like this ridiculous outfit on this morning, getting ready to go out for my walk. I mean, it was like, I've still got the shorts on. Hold on, I'm gonna give you a preview. This is for the video, mind you. This isn't something I normally wear.
What?
Look at these, baby blue.
Sacrilege, look at that.
Yeah, and I looked ridiculous walking out the door. I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to be creative with this. So you'll see that promo video coming up here shortly once Wombat gets the editing done, because that's out of my skill set for sure.
Love that. So I've subscribed to that.
Very nice. Thank you so much. Enjoying it so far?
Yeah. I still have to
Very
catch
nice.
up, but yeah, I just found out today, so catch up.
Oh, nice. There you go. And doing all the research, finding the podcast. Very nice.
There you go. Yeah. So you've actually, going through my research, you've had quite the health journey so far.
Yes.
And your page is very inspiring. Like, I was going through your posts, and you're like a big advocate for fitness and mental health. So I'm really stoked to have you here on the chat. You ready?
Very nice. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. So do you listen to anything when you're training?
Usually just whatever they're playing at the gym. I train at Extreme Couture here in Las Vegas. It's Randy Couture's MMA gym. I don't really do a whole lot of mixed martial arts anymore these days. I used to train Muay Thai, and at the age of 51, I'm a little slower, and I got tired of getting kicked in the face. So I've been doing a lot of lifting. The biggest thing that's changed this year was in January, I really just started walking a lot. I've been watching a lot of different, stuff on Netflix about people living long and best life. And again, I'm 51. I just did a 505-pound deadlift last week, and I don't know how long that's going to last, but I did it now. And I know that one way of ensuring a long, healthy life is just staying active, staying moving, keeping going. So talked to my trainer. I was shooting for 10,000 steps a day. He was telling me that 10,000 steps was some marketing ploy from like something forever. So I just heard that from him. And it's about 7,500. That's like the solid benefit, but I'm still an addict, not an active addict with all the other bad stuff, but still apply that to the health stuff. So instead of if 7,500 is good, 12,000 is even better. So I try to get in between 10 and 12,000, and it's been good. The biggest change there, instead of rotting here on the couch watching podcasts, I throw these headphones on and walk the neighborhood walking paths, get some vitamin D out there, get the exercise. And I think I'm down about 15 pounds since January. And really the only change outside of the other stuff that I was already doing is adding walking, and then adding some different classes like heated yoga. I did a heated boot camp last week a couple of times. So yeah, just actively staying on top of it. I mean, I've got all the time in the world thanks to the job that I have right now and the downtime that we have. So really just actively focusing on physical health, mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, all the big four. And I'm in a really, really good place and firing all cylinders, fully in the flow, and happy to be talking to you today, Ramona. How about that for a start?
You've answered all the questions.
Yeah.
So I read about this marketing ploy with 10,000 steps and stuff, but I actually do it. And I have a coach who's a bodybuilding coach. He actually trained, who was that boxer? There was a recent
You can put it back at post.
The tattoo on his face, what's his name?
Tyson?
Yes.
Oh my God. How in the world did you forget Mike Tyson?
I'm so bad with names. But
I love that.
Yeah, so he's my coach as well. And he says 10 to 12,000 steps a day. So
beautiful.
That's my target. And I do the same as you. I walk in the morning, put my headphones on. And so do you listen to podcasts in the morning, or do you listen to music?
A lot of podcasts. Or if I'm working on songs, I've got a Dropbox folder that I'll play that stuff and then kind of get ideas for lyrical melodies, different lyrics and whatnot. Just depends on what the vibe is. But generally speaking, what was I listening to today? I was listening to a history podcast earlier today. I don't even remember the name of it, but there's a handful between like history podcasts, comedy podcasts, Rogan, of course. Everybody looking
Yeah.
like me listens to Joe Rogan. So yeah. Anybody that's into health and fitness, we're definitely
Yeah.
worshiping at the throne of Joe Rogan.
Yeah. He's
Selectively, though.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. Okay.
Mhm.
So, what would you say is your favorite exercise and why?
Oh my gosh, my favorite exercise. I really just love lifting in general. I'm a big dude. I'm 6'2". I weigh about 228 right now. This weight loss journey, I started off at 242. I was terrified of the scale forever because when I used to fight, I was always trying to get down to 200. That was my
Mm.
goal. And I look back at some of those pictures when I was 200 pounds. I'm like, oh, you look sick. What the hell's wrong with you? Why do you want to get back down to 200? And there was one day I was filming a video for a friend, like a pep talk video. And when I leaned into the camera, I could see like the muscles in the shoulders and whatnot. And I immediately texted my trainer, Gil. I was like, Gil, 200, that's not the goal anymore.
Yeah.
I can't, my body does not want to get down to 200 anymore. So the new goal, big as fuck.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love lifting. My regiment basically is on Monday. The main lift are squats. Wednesday, the main lift deadlifts. I'm sorry, bench press, and then Friday deadlifts, and then kind of different exercises around that, doing different push and pull. But lifting, that's definitely my favorite. I didn't realize I was a meathead until I started lifting and really seeing the numbers and whatnot. I'm like, whoa, I like this.
You look it. You look the part.
Thank you. I'm feeling really good. Yeah. I mean the gains that Gil has gotten me and just the sheer motivation. There's another dude at the gym named Ryan Walker. He is a smaller guy, but he's ripped. He's got like farm strength or something. He just posted a video of him doing a 585-pound deadlift, and that's the guy between everybody that we're all shooting to be, because
Mm.
he's now nowhere near as tall, nowhere near as like mass. Doesn't have the mass that I have, but he is so strong. And anytime that he's in the gym, I definitely get some extra Walker reps.
Yeah, motivation
Yeah,
right there. So,
absolutely.
when I was doing research, I was like, I asked, what do you do normally? What kind of training style do you follow? And what came up was CrossFit. And I was like, that's not right, because everything that
Right.
I'm seeing on Instagram is lifting. So,
Olympic stuff, basically.
yeah, yeah. So, were you doing functional training before? You said Muay Thai a little bit.
Yeah, Muay Thai, and then I'm open to doing any workout. Honestly, again, I've got so much time, and the best way to fill that time and to keep myself sane is being physically active, and then also all the other side stuff that I do between the podcast, between stand-up comedy, writing music, anything that I can do to stay physically active or creatively active. Creativity is a muscle as well. If you stop working that muscle, it's going to atrophy. Just like if you stop doing legs, you're going to get little legs. I don't want little creativity. I want to go big on everything that I do.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. All
Yeah,
right.
at one
So,
point I did kind of like a CrossFit thing, but I don't. I mean, it's for some people, but I'm much more into like form. With my trainer, he is a strength and conditioning coach at Extreme Couture, so he works with fighters. He's used to working through people having injuries, trying to keep you from getting injured so that you can get in the ring and the cages and do the fights. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm training to look full Viking up on stage when I get up with Five Finger Death Punch. I want to be the biggest, strongest, most intimidating dude in the room. And looking at our audience, that's quite a task sometimes.
uh, I love that. So I'm all
Yeah,
for strength training and lifting weights. So yeah, your gym rock crew approved as well.
I love it. Thank you very much. How long have you been training?
Oh, like forever. I think I started running when I was like 15, and
Oh,
then
nice.
weightlifting when I was in my 20s. Now I'm
Mhm.
44, so
You are
it's
44? Look at us.
yeah, right?
44, 51. People at home, focus on physical activity, focus on
Lifting.
making yourself do better, making good choices, and you too can be as pretty as Ramona and whatever the hell this is.
So what would you say then is like your least favorite exercise?
Squats.
Yeah.
Squats. That's the one. I love deadlifts. Like that's easily my biggest numbers I hit with deadlifts. Squats. It's not. I don't have bad knees, but I'm aware of knees when I'm lifting. I just did 345 for 2 for a PR just the other day, and I was running. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm a talker. I was running my mouth the whole time. Everything felt great. I was like, woo! I'm getting all the way today, and my PR was going to be 2, but I felt like I was going to get 3 until I got under the weight of the 345. I was like, okay, I feel it now. And then I went down for the first one. Form looked good. Okay, cool. But my head got in the way.
Oh,
Fight through the mental. I
yeah.
immediately told my trainer Gail behind me, I was like, get ready for a spot because I'm probably going to need it here. I got the second one up, but it did not look good.
Still
I
counts.
imagine a good percentage of that 345 was on the neck as I was trying to come back up. Yeah.
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 But again, I got all the time in the world and I love Thai massages. So I had a 2-hour Thai massage later that day. And lucky the neck's still available to do the beard banging over here. So I'm good.
Yeah, it's so
Mm-hmm.
interesting how like your thoughts can just prevent you from. There's just like a mental block, right? When you're lifting,
Oh.
sometimes like I wanted to do weighted pull-ups for like the longest time, and I was like, "There's no
Mm-hmm.
way I can do it," even though I could do like 10, 11 regular pull-ups.
Very nice.
And I
Very
was like,
nice.
Let's just try putting on the weight," and it was easy.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's just like your brain just stops you sometimes, and you just got to push through that voice. Like, and I was like,
Absolutely.
I can't believe I actually did that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so that the mental is the difference between my deadlifts and my squats. Deadlifts, incredibly competent. I'm shooting for 600 by the end of next year. I'm at 505 right now, so I want a 1 rep, 600 pounds, and I'm going to get it because like I'm very confident.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of it at all. But something about the squats, like I think it's a balance thing for me because I don't trust my balance.
It's a
I'm the
it's
type.
a tough,
I'm
it's
the.
a very
I'm,
tricky move.
Oh yeah, and I'm just
Yeah.
like I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm a meathead. I want to lift up, put it down, lift up, put it down. I don't want to be
Yeah.
thinking about I gotta balance. Nope,
Yeah.
just yeah. Let me pick it up and put it down.
Yeah. There's like a lot of technique in there as well. Like Arnold, he loved deadlifts, but he was like always complaining about squats, that he just
Okay.
couldn't get the technique right, or was it his body like mechanics that it just
Mm-hmm.
wasn't perfect for squatting.
Yeah,
So he had
yeah.
to
Something
really
about
work through
once you
that.
get under there, I'm just like, oh, it hits the mental, and that's the one obstacle. The mental is always the obstacle. Seems like.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, totally, totally. So when you're not touring, then how do you like? Do you have a certain routine to balance like your training and practice?
I have been notorious for training real hard when I'm here at home and being overly active, consistent, driven, and practicing integrity, always showing up, doing the thing. And then when I get on the road, it is so much difficult to self motivate.
Yeah,
I love being able to have a personal trainer that I'm committed to going to see because now I'm on his time. When it's my time, I'm like, I'll get to it. If it's on my time when I'm lifting, if I'm getting to that last reps and I don't want to do it, it's going to be hard to get me to do it. But because I'm with a trainer, I'm inspired externally to push through. So I'm real good about training at home. And I have historically been not so good about training once I'm out on the road because you're fighting, fatigue. You're going from place to place, always trying to catch up on rest, always trying to make sure that you're ready for the show. Mentally prepared for everything. You're just exhausted out there. We travel very, very well and extremely comfortable, and I'm well aware of that. But even at the levels that we're traveling at, the comfort levels that we're traveling at 51, it's still an issue trying to find the good sleep, maintaining proper eating habits that way to fuel myself in the gym, not having the late night popcorn and chips that I love. I grew up in Kentucky, so didn't eat a whole lot of vegetables.
yeah,
But yeah, again, learning new habits and whatnot. And that's when I'm out on the road, generally speaking, my workouts consist of, I'm doing, an hour and 15 when I'm on stage every night, sometimes an hour and a half, depends on what the set time is. And then I'm always doing, I call it the ego workout. I do like a 15-minute arm workout. That way I get, the veins
the pump.
popping in the
Yeah,
shoulders. Yeah. For the pictures and whatnot. And then even when I'm on stage, I'm actively engaging my core. while I'm up there. Just thinking about when I'm up there, beard banging, flex of the stomach, working the muscles there. So even during while I'm at work, I'm still working on this gut that I'm trying to get rid of.
I love that. I do
Yeah,
notice
and
that
then I'll also
after.
find there's an app too that I use called Fit On.
Okay.
It's a free app. It's got different workouts in there. I'll use one app for stretching after I get off stage to make sure that I'm loose for being up there and working out for that long. There's different yoga stuff that's on there as well that I like. There's a 10-minute arm burnout that I like quite a bit that I even use while I'm here. So being able to use the technology that's out there, the space that's provided, there's lots of opportunities to stay on top of health and fitness out there too. It's a choice, you know.
Absolutely. So did you say Fit On?
Fit On. Yep.
Oh, Fit On.
FITON. Yep. It's a free app. Got
Okay.
all kinds of stuff on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Just going back to what you said, I find that after 40, recovery and rest and all that really take priority, right? Because your body just takes a little bit longer to recover than when you were younger. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Much like when I was still drinking and doing drugs, the recovery started taking a long time. But then
Yeah.
once you get sober, you still realize that I was beating myself up in one way when I was in active addiction, and now that I'm sober, beating myself up in the gym, which still requires active recovery. And the hot yoga, the stretching, the massages that I get, that's it's all part of that.
Yeah. But
And again,
beating up.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. You actually get to live longer, right? With the
Yes,
one type.
yeah,
Yeah.
and have these later years be the years that we deserve after going through the lives that we've lived thus far. When it's time to retire and uh, and and really be able to focus on yourself. I'm still pretty much focused on myself and this whatever this is, but yeah, I don't want to be that person that once they stop working, they just fall apart and
Yeah.
don't have it in themselves to enjoy the final years.
Yeah. Totally. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you get yourself to like recover faster on an extensive tour?
Lots of water. Lots and lots of water. This one is 64 ounces right here. I think I drink about 3 of those a day. I live in Las Vegas, so it's hot. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, it's important to stay hydrated. Keeps all the muscles working properly. Keeps the skin nice and young as 51 can be. And yeah, a lot of it's stretching too. A lot of
Mm.
stretching. Yeah, training Muay Thai and martial arts for so many years. That's always been a big part of everything is making sure that you're keeping your body loose and limber from the stretching. And now that I've added yoga on top of it and heated yoga too, because then you're adding heat as an element
Mm.
to aid in the stretching, sweating out toxins and like I said, those late night chips and popcorn.
So has lifting actually like helped your stage performance or has it made it harder?
I am learning balance there. At one point, I was training hard and lifting really hard and getting like big. And I realized that doesn't work when you're trying to run across stage for an hour and a half. So I've had to find the balance of still being able to have mass, but not having so much mass that the cardio is affected for being
Mm.
able to run back and forth. Because not only am I running back and forth back there with Ivan, we're also both singing. So
Mm.
the physical breath that you need to have when you're singing. There was one time when I first realized how much how taxing it was physically when you're singing. We had been off because of the pandemic. The first show back was in Iowa, I believe, and I was on stage. I'd been training so much during the pandemic. I felt great. I was in incredible physical shape. And then when we were up there, Ivan was having trouble with his vocals, uh, like the breath and just being back on stage. And I remember sitting on the side of the stage listening to him. I'm like, damn, like this dude didn't do fucking nothing on this tour. He did not get ready for this tour. Fast forward one song later, when we're doing Got Your Six, which is one where I sing the lead vocals on there. After that second chorus, I was like, woohoo. I get it. I get it, Ivan. I take everything I was saying back because it is difficult. And you're in the heat out in Iowa, humidity. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's different. So it's been a matter of changing training techniques and focus to be able to have mass, but also not lose the performance that I'm able to give on stage when I am not quite as massive.
Yeah, yeah. I do find that with musicians, it's better to kind of combine training styles because you need the cardio, you need the strength, you need the endurance, the stamina, the
Yep.
the power to jump off like stuff and all that. So yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
just a combination of everything.
absolutely. Cross training in a
Yeah,
way.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, cross training. So are there any tour survival items that never leave your bag, like supplements or sleep aids?
I just picked up some stuff that I'm going to be taking on the road with me all the time. Two products from On It. One of them is Alpha something or other, and then the other one is Good Mood. I think part of my addiction that led to the spiral of my addiction was the inability to sleep well. So I would drink a lot at night to knock myself out to be able to sleep on the bus. So since getting sober, that's still been one of the things I've tried to work on is anything to help me sleep. I don't want to do any no THC, nothing that's going to like affect the mental side of things. So I've always kind of been looking for like a natural sleep aid, and On It has this stuff called Good Mood, and it has changed my sleep. I think I've trained myself to power nap, which then at the end of the night when I'm trying to sleep, I'll sleep real like maybe 30 minutes and then wake up wide awake. Before I go on stage, if I got to be on stage at 10:30, I'm taking a nap from 8:30 to 9 to kind of refresh myself,
Mhm.
getting into a quick routine and then going on stage. So doing that for all these years has messed up my night sleeping where I'll fall asleep for a little bit, wake back up, but I'm getting better now at being able to fight myself back to sleep, and part of it is because of that On It Good Mood. Other supplements I'm taking a lot of different vitamins, vitamin D3, CoQ10, anything that my doctor has told me to take, or my trainer, or sometimes even Joe Rogan. Yeah, I'm willing to try anything, and
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, again, trying to combat the things that drove my addiction back in the day, and trying to stay away from that consciously. The sleep was one of the big things. I think I'm finally getting a hold of ways to sleep without having to resort to those things.
Yeah, awareness is the first step. So you were like you're aware that those are the things that caused your spiral. So you're
Oh yeah,
actively dealing with that. That's awesome.
absolutely. And working on the stuff inside. They always say that drugs and alcohol, it's not the problem. It's just a symptom of what's really going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm huge on every day I write a gratitude list. Like I have a morning routine. As soon as I wake up in the morning, first thing I do, throw the headphones on, get out and try to get at least, 5,000, 6,000 steps just to start the day, be out in the sun, get some activity going. I'll come back here, have a healthy breakfast and some coffee. Got that right here with my Golden Knights mug, Golden Knights tattoo. Unfortunately, I screwed myself. Can't get a real job ever again with that hand tattoo. But I think I'm fine.
Yeah.
And then I do meditation every day. I share my list with other people going through stuff, whether it's addicts, whether it's people dealing with depression, friends that I want to stay on top of, letting them know where I'm at each day. But yeah, really just focusing on working on stuff on the inside. I think that I was back in the day. I was the type of person who, if something bad was going on, I'm like, why am I worried about this little small thing when I have so much good going on? But if you neglect that small thing and keep pushing it down, that's going to infect everything else and grow into a problem. And you can't do that. So I am good at staying on top of things, realizing areas of opportunity, and acting on those things once they pop up and I become aware of them. Because at that point, you got the choice to keep on doing the same thing and going down the same path, or you can do differently and take contrary action and change the things that are becoming inhibitors to living the life that I want and being the best possible version of myself. So, yeah, always active.
Mhm.
It's that ADD. Keep me going.
Yeah.
Keep me going.
You always have a choice, right? You can just wake up and
Absolutely.
decide what path you're going to take.
Yeah. You don't even have
Yeah.
to wake up in the middle of the day. No time like right now. If you're going through stuff at home, do it right now. Why are you waiting? You know how things are going to go if you keep doing what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Switch. There's no good, there's no bad. It only becomes either once it enters your head. That's the
Absolutely.
problem right there. Yeah, it's all data
Yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah. Love that. Thanks for sharing all that.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'm also in addition to being a podcaster, heavy metal musician, bass player, a comedian, also inspirational speaker as well.
Put that in your bio.
Yep, exactly. Oh,
Cool.
funny.
So before you step on stage, are you one of those people who need to hype themselves up, or do you need to kind of be calm and center yourself before you get on stage?
I think it was Andy James one time, our guitarist. I get super quiet before I go on stage, and he's like, "Hey man, like are you okay?" Because I can be moody. Depression is in there too, but it's been good, as of a long time now. But it's one of those things where if I get in my head, it takes a minute to get out. Not so much these days. I'm much better at reversing that trend, seeing it and acting upon it. But he saw me just sitting there, and he's like, "Man, like, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, man. The pin's been pulled for the grenade. Just waiting to throw that motherfucker." And that's what it is. I just settle in, and I was just like, I do some stretching back there, and yeah, I don't really. The moment that the intro starts, we've been playing Mother before we go on right now. So Mother comes on, like, that's the cue. Even before that, back in the dressing room, me, Charlie, and Andy all listened to Motley Crue for about 20 minutes before we go on stage, getting the arena rock, and it's everything from Kickstart Your Heart to Live Wire, some deeper cuts and whatnot. But it always starts out. You're like, oh, it's
Let's
almost
go.
showtime. Yeah. So I guess I use music as a motivation, and kind of being like Pavlov's dog. Even when I hear it on the radio or something now, I'm like, is it time to go?
That's so cool because deadlifters use that. Like they use these things where you can inhale, like because the smell kind of triggers
Smelling
that
salts.
response. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
You
Oh,
just
yep.
connect that to your emotion.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of gets you hyped up.
That works too. It's like, woo, I don't know what it does. Just activates something in there. Yeah. Some other external stimuli that I'm using
Yeah,
is a little heavier.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, what is your diet like? Do you restrict anything? Oh, next question. Let's move on.
I'm actually, like, it's gotten much better now that, again, back in January, I'm always again working on looking at things that I don't prefer my life to have in it. And one of those things was I've been fighting the inner fluffy kid forever. I grew up in Kentucky. At the age of 21, I was about 249 pounds, didn't lift at all back then. No exercise, no nothing. So I was a fat Kentucky kid working at Pizza Hut. My roommates worked at KFC. So we would all bring pizza and chicken home at the end of the night.
Wow.
We would all eat it and then jam, playing music and whatnot. And that summer, I worked as a temp at the Georgetown Toyota Motor Company's plant, Toyota. And I think I dropped from 249 to about 225. I saw 250 coming on the scale, and I was like, oh, I do not want to see that. Dropped down to 225, and I've been in that range pretty much ever since. So I think I fluffed up to about 242, but I've been lifting too. And with the time that I've got, I'm like, you know what? That's the last real thing that's been on my mind that I want to work on. Is there's no damn excuse, Again, it's a choice. I can slack and lack integrity and discipline and drive and eat what the hell I want. I used to always just work out so that I didn't blow up. Now it's like, why am I adding those extra calories onto the working out, making things even harder? So more conscious decisions snacking wise. That's the real thing. Like I'll get bored late at night. Again, not being able to sleep. I'm like, I'm gonna throw some microwave popcorn.
Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah.
I'm gonna have a root beer float. So I love sweets, salty, and I've kind of gotten away from snacking. I still snack, but just not as much. So progress rather than perfection. And the results are showing. I'm down to about 226 right now after having started at 242. Yeah, I was terrified of the scale. I did not want to see it. And finally, I was like, okay, again, it's just data. Check it out.
Yeah.
See where you're at. It's just a number. And then once you see that number, then you've got measurable numbers that you can look at to see where your progress is. I've been seeing progress in the amount of weight that I'm lifting, and now I'm finally seeing the amount, some progress in the weight that I'm dropping as well. And yeah, not for nothing. I'm enjoying the compliments. I'm getting quite a bit.
Nice.
I jumped up on stage with Night Ranger just the other day here in Vegas playing Highway to Hell with them and Sebastian Bach. And after I got off the stage, people were walking up and like, damn, you are getting strong.
Best feeling.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I am.
Yeah. I love that. It's
Yeah,
kind of interesting for people who lost a lot of weight and then start to put on muscle. Like your goal now has changed to gain weight. Does that like mentally mess with your head, like the scale going
absolutely.
up? Yeah.
Yeah, because I was always fat. So
Yeah.
I was looking at the scale, the number on the scale. And then I got to a point where I started feeling good, but the number on the scale wasn't matching with where I felt. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not looking at the scale anymore. I'm
Yeah.
going to just continue focus on how I feel. And then I started feeling fluffy again. I was like, it's time to get back on the scale. So, muscle, and that was a big thing too. I'm 6'2", 226 right now, and lifting. So muscle weighs more than fat. So you got to get out. You got to, again, it's balance. You just
Yeah.
really got to find where like the number that you feel and the number that you look, both of those are on the same page.
Yeah. The best thing about having muscle, like if you have more muscle, you're just gonna have to eat like you don't have to eat too little because your
Mhm.
body just burns more fat. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, and the quality of food. It's about getting the
Yeah.
right calories in there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you don't just have to eat less and then eat protein, but you also have to eat cleaner foods and then the right kinds of proteins. It's a whole
Yeah.
science to
Yeah.
that.
So I love cooking, love it. But I'm single, living at home by myself, and I hate cooking for one.
Mm,
If I got 2 or 3 people over here, oh, it's the
party.
bartender, it's the entertainer in me. I'm making a full presentation, throwing it down. I'm ready for the applause. I want to see the people's faces when they eat it. Like, what? This is great. My buddy Craig Gass is
Oh,
so surprised that I cook as well as I do. Whenever he's coming back into town, he's like, "Hey, man, I hate to be that guy, but can I request the bacon wrapped asparagus?" So I've gotten I've gotten away from cooking for myself again because I just don't like doing it by myself. So there's definitely meal prep places here in Vegas. I use 2 different ones here in town. One's called Pure Fit, and another one is Foodie Fit. And
mm,
it's just pre-portioned meals. That way, it takes the thinking out of it, takes the preparation out of
yeah.
it. I have it in the fridge, so if I'm hungry, I've got real food in there rather than going to the pantry where the junk food is still in there
Yeah.
right now. You think I just keep it out of my house, but
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, I'm no longer an addict in some ways, but that food is still there.
Yeah. And I guess you can be more consistent as well because it's
Absolutely,
there. Yeah. And that's the
and
big
more
one, right?
more variety,
Consistency.
more
Yeah.
variety.
Yeah.
Yep.
Totally. Totally. So
Mm.
how do you do this when you're on tour?
We're lucky because we have catering out with us most of the time. It's the days off that you get in trouble, ordering room service, that kind of stuff. Obviously, your salt intake is going to be more when you're out on the road and other people are making stuff for you. So kind of watch that a little bit. But yeah, again, it's a success problem. We have done well, have a lot of creature comforts out there, and that's one of the things that we do have is on tour catering, and can pretty much ask for what we want. We've got some vegans on the tour, some vegetarians out there as well, so a little variety of everything.
Nice. Nice. So you've
Yeah,
been
it,
sober since, sorry. Sorry, you were
I
saying
first got sober in 2018.
18 years.
Slipped in 2020, and it'll be 4 years, October 1st of this year.
Well
Yeah,
done.
yeah. Thank you.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
there's still time to fuck it all up, but as of right now, I'm doing pretty good.
Hear that.
Exactly. Yeah,
Cool.
that's the comedian in me. Yeah,
Yeah. So
and
what made
self-deprecating
you
comedian.
what what made you finally say I'm done?
Um, a lot of stuff, honestly. Number one, just tired of feeling like that.
Mm,
Seeing other people that were doing less than me passing away. I'm like, what? Like those people are gone. What the hell am I doing? And then anytime I was going through a lot of life changes, and just in some situations that weren't good for me mentally. So that would be my reaction to that would be depression. And then when you start adding drugs and alcohol, depressants onto being depressed, it's fuel on the fire, you know?
Yeah.
So it was really getting dark there for a little while. And I mean, you see me now without any drugs or alcohol in there, how positive and how alive I am. And I felt all the positivity and the life draining from me, and just got tired of it, honestly. And after, you know, a while of struggling, reached out to a friend of mine who'd been sober. He drove me to rehab, and that's where it all got started for me. And then from there, not only doing practice in abstinence and drugs and alcohol and whatnot, really actively doing some deep introspection, the deep work, looking at all things in life. Study of stoicism is a big thing for me as well. And then actively working with other people going through stuff. I always talk about if I keep one hand lifted above for when I need help, and then another hand down below to lift others who are in need of help. Right there, I have the perfect balance to keep me right where I need to be.
That is amazing. I love
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. I'll be
Yeah.
writing a book at some point for sure.
Hit me up, okay? Let me know. So,
Absolutely.
so you said, is it called Stoicism?
Yep.
Yeah, I actually
Stoicism.
saw a picture of you with that book. So is that something that you're doing? You're reading that, or
I've got it. I think it's upstairs right now. I used to read daily two different books as part of like my reading, my morning routine. One of them was The Daily Stoic. The other one was The Book of Awakening. The Daily Stoic is very like black and white, all Stoicism. Stoicism is a Greek philosophy of, again, being in like taking a pause between stimulus and reaction, seeing things for what they really are. Ryan Holiday is a guy that writes a lot of books about Stoicism. He's like the modern day Stoic
Stoic?
philosopher
Yeah.
king. Yeah. And any of his books I highly recommend. The Obstacle is the Way. I think Ego is the Enemy was another
Oh,
one
that
that I
I've heard
read.
of that one. Yeah, the first
Oh
one.
yeah, and
Yeah.
any of his stuff. I mean, that's a wonderful start, and it really just got me. I am a musician. My ex-wife said that said two things about me: that I always lived in La La Land, and that my favorite song was "Me Me 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 Me." She was right on both those things. So yeah, it really just kind of got me more centered, more grounded, more focused, taking the emotion out of things and
Mm.
seeing things for what they are rather than what I attach my emotions to them and then it becomes. And then the Book of Awakening, it's more poetic. It's a guy who was diagnosed with some sort of cancer, fought that cancer, and then wrote this book as like an inspirational thing. Again, it's a daily reader, so like a page a day. You know, if
Mm.
it's like whatever today's date is, there's a reading for that day. Tomorrow I've got another reading, and that one kind of satisfied like the artistic side of me, a little bit more poetic, a little bit more ethereal and abstract, while the Daily Stoic is more concrete, clear, black and white. So give me a little bit of both on there. But yeah, that's stuff that I love reading. Also, a big history buff, uh, autobiographies, biographies, anything to keep on learning. Yeah, I was completely bored when I was in school, but it's because I wasn't being taught the stuff that I wanted to learn. And
Yeah.
I am all over reading. I think I read minimum 2 books a week right now, probably. When I'm at my best, I'm probably reading 3 books. I heard Anthony Jeselnik, a comedian, talking about it one time because he reads a lot as well. And it changed things for me because he's like, you know, people always talk about, oh, I'm so busy. I don't have time to read. You just watched 8 episodes in a row of Game of Thrones, didn't you? So
Yeah.
instead of doing that, now I read, I listen to podcasts. I'm definitely still into the TV. I'm burning through The Handmaid's Tale right now. Now that one's all wrapped up, but I still love to be entertained. When I'm out there on the road, I'm working. I'm out there entertaining other people. So when I get home, I like to be entertained. And one of those things that I do like doing is
Yeah.
television, but dialing that back. That way I'm more, again, just in everything, trying to be more active, more engaged rather than passive and just coasting.
Yeah. You stop growing when you stop learning, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And luckily, I have a huge passion for learning. And, you know, in this day and age, we can speak to ghosts. We can learn from ghosts, reading books from people who are no longer here, sharing
Yeah.
their experiences. So those are gifts that we're able to have. No one's holding those keys, keeping those books away from us. They are everywhere. So take full advantage. Pursue that which excites you, that lights that spirit within, that gives you that fire. That way you can share that internal light and flame with other people in your daily life.
Yeah. And now we have like audio books and stuff. So, there is no excuse. You just
I
go on
love it
and
when
walk.
people are like, I love hearing people talk about, yeah, I'm reading this book. I know what you're doing. You're listening to a book. It's good, but don't say you're reading a book.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just
It's
I
completely
just I just
different.
read.
What's interesting, like if you're listening, because when I'm listening to an audiobook, it is so different from actually reading a book, because I'm there walking and I'm like, I have to fucking take notes because I'm going to miss these nuggets of information and then it's lost and I've moved on to the next book. So when you're
Oh yeah,
reading, you can kind of highlight stuff, you can mark it, you can take notes, you're actually present there reading. So yeah, there's a difference.
absolutely. Yeah, being
Yeah,
actively engaged and fully present. Yeah, passive
absolutely.
is fun. It gets you through the day, and
Yeah.
can get those steps out there that I'm trying to get when I'm listening to
Yeah.
podcasts. But if I'm trying to learn and I'm really trying to soak stuff in, then
Yeah.
you know. But if you're not going to read and just going to watch TV all day, a nice little middle ground are those audiobooks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're having one of those like low energy, no motivation days, what keeps you showing up to train?
Knowing what happens if I don't. That's what happens. Yep. I'll get in my head, be real mental over stuff. And if I'm not doing something, my brain still won't stop. So I'm just like, okay, get up, do it, get it out of the way. One of the things I learned in 2020 during the pandemic is I wrote a ton of music, a ton of music. And with the job that I have, I don't have a 9 to 5. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, have a riff in the head, what I used to do is be like, oh, let me just go over it. Okay, okay, it's there. I got it. I'll do it in the morning. It's never there the next day when you wake up in the morning. So I actively get up. If my mind is trying to transfer from the ether to existence, I got to do it in that moment and capture it. I've got tons of notes on my phone here. And it all started back in the pandemic when I would wake up in the middle of the night, have a riff, wake up and just record it, get it on your phone and go from there. And that's if my brain's going, I actively make sure that I catalog it, whether it's writing something in the notes, whether it's recording a voice note, anything, just to make sure that the idea goes into some form of concrete, um, something that I can pull up later. And once the time comes to put it into a full idea, I
Yeah.
have the skeletons right there.
Yeah, that is a very good idea.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if you weren't a bassist, what sport would you compete in?
What sport would I compete in? Man, I don't know. Oh, actually, I do know. I became a fan of hockey late in life when the Golden Knights came to Las Vegas. I grew up in Kentucky, loved college basketball. It's the be all end all in Lexington, University of Kentucky Wildcats. That's everything in Kentucky. And moved out here. And then they started talking about getting a hockey team. I'm like, hockey, it's a desert. Why are we getting a hockey team out here? Who cares? Can we get a football team? Then we got a football team that's not doing any good.
Oh,
But but that I just watching the goalies for hockey. Had I been exposed to hockey at a younger age, I think I would be really good as a goalie because I've got real good hand-eye coordination. I'm a big dude. I'm flexible, quick reflexes and whatnot, and I think that I could have been. I don't know how good of a goalie, but
yeah.
I would have definitely given that a shot had I been exposed to that earlier because I love watching it now, and just being back there, being ready to go. Little short spurts, cool. I ain't trying to go up and down the ice sprinting. No, I'm a power player.
Well, you're
I'm not
doing
a
that on
speed finesse
stage.
guy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Even then, it's like a stalking, like a
Yeah.
yeah, Incredible Hulk walking around up there.
All right, so we've got just a few more questions, I think.
Yeah.
Just two, actually. If you could train with someone dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Hmm.
Anyone.
Oh, let's go with alive. That way it's a real thing rather than a hypothetical. Phil Heath, probably. Phil Heath is former Mr. Olympian. I met him a couple times. He's a fan of Five Finger Death Punch. Huge dude, and just to be able to lift weights with Mr. Olympia, and see where I stand with him. Yeah, let's see where my own ego lies, and put it in front of Mr. Olympia and see how little I actually am.
I want to watch that.
Yeah, yeah,
That would be super inspiring.
I think so too. And
Yeah.
he comes out to our shows. I think he lives in Denver or the Denver area, so he's been out to a couple of our shows and is always trying to get me to come out and do a workout. What's the other guy's name? Jay.
Cutler.
Yes, he lives here
Yeah.
in Vegas and has a gym here, and I've got friends on his periphery and have the opportunity to go over there. But yeah, I'm real comfortable with the environment that I've got at Extreme Couture. So many like-minded people out there. It's like a team. It's a family. Sean Strickland's out there as well, so he's fun listening to him run his mouth, me running my mouth. Just the other day, about 2 months ago, I was taking a cardio kickboxing class, and Justin, the instructor, had us doing just like basic warm-ups with resistance bands around the thighs. And I had done squats the day before. So as we're moving with those resistance bands, I started getting a cramp like in my rear glute, my right glute. And I was like, I'm getting a cramp. Sean Strickland standing right there when I said it. He goes, yeah, you're getting real strong with those resistance bands. So I love just the vibe and the shit talking and the meathead brotherhood that's in there. Sisterhood too. There's lots of girls in there lifting weights, power lifting, lifting for sculpting, all kinds of stuff. So there's a little bit of everybody, and much like back in the day when I was surrounding myself with other people doing things that weren't so good for me, now I'm surrounded by people who are health minded, mental health, all the health, and it's a good spot. Yeah. You'll see it on stage coming up with these shows we're getting ready to do. It's you'll see it in my spirit and in my physique as well.
Yeah. It makes such a difference, right? Just who you surround yourself with. It can influence you in ways that you don't even realize.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. I've got no problem cutting people out these days.
Yeah.
I've got some patience. I talk about namaste all the time. Not namaste, namaste. And to me, that means maintaining the inner peace, but fucking shit up if you have to. Having that in you where you're going to stand up for yourself. You're not going to put up with shit. You'll put up with a little bit of shit, but you're not going to let nobody walk over you. And that's what namaste is, having that inner peace and preserving it, even if it comes to actively cutting people out, swelling up and being physical if you have to. What do they say? Speak softly, carry a big stick, prepare for war, ready for peace, something like that. That's one of those that I need to reread.
Did you listen to an audiobook?
I read that somewhere. Yeah, I'm sure that was it. I'm sure that was in one of Ryan Holiday's Daily Stoic pieces for sure. Oh, my mustache is in my nose.
All right, last question.
There's like one hair getting me.
You good now?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, good is relative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if an aspiring rock or metal musician is watching this and is stuck in a dark place, can't seem to move forward, what is one piece of advice you would give them?
Go inside. Don't worry about external stuff. Listen to your inner voice. That inner voice has been with me my entire life. From like the age of 15, people always ask, did you know that you're going to be doing what you're doing right now? Kinda. I didn't know that I would be at the levels that things are happening for me with the massive audience that we have. I always thought I'd be kind of like a hate breed, larger clubs, theaters, out there grinding every day. I never imagined having the size audience that Five Finger Death Punch has and being able to have that platform to perform in front of. And there were many times in life where I would be getting discouraged and the inner voice would be like, just wait, it's coming. Have some patience. And I would try to take the wheel and steer. Anytime I'm doing that, it's not going good for me. Like, I drive great on the roads. I also drive fast. Sometimes I need a little bit more patience than what I'm capable of. So I got to turn that over I got to let go and just allow opportunities to be open. So there's another one too. Keep things, keep the internal dialogue silent enough where it's not drowning out external cues. Doors are going to
Mm,
open. Pay attention to those doors and act on those. No one's going to give you anything.
yeah.
Make it happen. Dream big. Take calculated chances. That's the thing. People always, if I'm getting ready to go out on the motorcycle or just drive in general, they're always like, all right, drive safe. I'm like, there's no fun in being safe. I didn't get here being safe. I got here, but I wasn't actively being safe. I was taking some chances.
Yeah.
But again, calculated chances, nothing stupid. Well, there were some stupid choices along the way. Let's be honest. Yeah. But that's I got a lot of songs out of those too.
Yeah.
So even the bad, there's always a silver lining. Yeah, even the worst of times, there's a sliver of that silver lining around those clouds. Focus on that silver lining that's around the clouds. I'm very much of the mindset that things don't happen to me; they happen for me, and that's been the biggest change in life. Is not playing the victim, not allowing that inner
The big
negative
one.
dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and realizing, okay, this is something bad's happening here. Something bad is happening here. Where's the lesson? What can I learn from this? What can I turn? What can I take from this to make life what I want it to be? And that's the biggest thing. Yeah, listen to those lessons. Don't let things happen to you. Make them happen for you, because that's what they're there for. This is all a lesson guiding us to our big purpose. And I feel like I'm in the flow and living my purpose and continuing to discover my purpose even today.
Yeah. Well, there's so many pointers there that you mentioned. I was like, I got to dig into that. I got to dig into that. There's a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think that's great advice, and it's definitely going to help someone move forward. So appreciate that.
For sure. Yep. That's I
Yeah.
used to think that being a rock star was my purpose. And by the way, if I ever start acting like a rock star, anybody out there, smack me. Okay. But I always thought that was my purpose. But now, having gone through all the different things in life that I've gone through, digging in introspectively, continuing to learn, continuing to grow, I realized that the platform I've been given is a wonderful opportunity to lift spirits. Rising tides lift all ships, and I am all about that. I want to be able to share these stories, whether it's through song, whether it's through the podcast Beardo and Weirdo, whether it's on stage doing stand-up comedy, or talking to folks like here with you today, Ramona.
Yeah. And I think the reason you're like this, like you have this vibe, is just because you are open to, you're not expecting things to change, and you're not feeling like entitled or why is this not happening to me. You're just doing what you have to, putting your head down, getting it done, and then open to the opportunity, whatever happens, happens. So it's like when the universe decides it's time, it'll give you what you want. So
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No matter, yeah, if I keep my hands open to receive, if I keep clenched fists, I'm not open to receive.
Yeah.
That's what is actually meant for me. So yeah, release that grip, let go, and let the universe step in.
Love that. What a great ending. All right. Thanks
Perfect.
again, Chris. So
You are welcome.
Gym Rockers, give Chris a follow. So I'm going to put your Instagram handle there, and also
Thank
in
you.
the description. Also check out his YouTube channel, which is Weirdo and Weirdo. So
Oh yeah,
behind the scenes, interesting, funny as shit stuff from the music industry, right?
absolutely. Yeah, a lot. We intended for this thing to be like comedic stories. So Craig Gass is on the Howard Stern show. He does a lot of impersonations. He's a comedian. He actually, when he was growing up, he was the only person in his family that could hear. His entire family is deaf. So he had to learn how to speak watching TV. So he's wonderful at imitating voices and whatnot. Does a
Yeah.
great, yeah. If you get a chance, look up Craig Gass, Gene Simmons, because he was doing impersonations of Gene Simmons on the Howard Stern show and making Gene be an asshole, basically, on the Howard Stern show. And people on the streets would see Gene Simmons be like, why were you an asshole to Paul McCartney? And he's like, what is happening? And he went on air on the Howard Stern show to confront Craig about doing his impersonation. And now Craig Gass actually does Kiss cruises. I'm doing the Kiss Army convention here with Craig in November, I think it is. Him and I are doing some stand up at that thing. And yeah, it's just been a wonderful experience. we thought about the whole thing was going to be just us shared rock and roll stories, comedy stories, and then life happens, and both of us are both in recovery, so we're actively engaged in bettering ourselves, and it's kind of become a therapeutic thing, and a lot of people are connecting with it, and we're having a lot of fun with it while also sharing our stories and lifting spirits as well.
I love that. And actually, while I was going through your profile, the things that you were saying in your post, I was like, this is so inspiring. And also, this is my vibe. And it's just really cool to connect with you and, have that shared platform that, we can talk and stuff. So very cool.
Absolutely.
Love your vibe. Keep going. It's
Likewise,
amazing.
it's energy attracted energy and vibes attracting vibes. So wonderful having this opportunity to talk to you, seeing that smile, and hopefully seeing, knowing that there's other smiles out there happening right now by watching this.